Yes, people. Are we live? Right, let me just sort this out. Right now. Okay, that should be there. Yes, people, how are we? How are we doing, y'all? Right, sorry guys, I'm all over the place at the moment. First live watch along later, so I've just been sorting stuff out for that. But first, as always, Turk the Tickler. Yeah, behave yourself. First, we've got to talk with the news. Okay, sorry guys. Here we go. 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 I'll put you there, and I'll put you there. Right, okay, I'm going to stop fiddling with that. Okay, guys, hello, now then. Welcome back to TurkTalksFC. This is your third ever Man United News Live daily show. Sorry, I might look a bit preoccupied. I'm not. I'm just sorting this out. Here we go. There's the live chat. I can see you all now. Yes, people, welcome back to today's Man United News Live. A few things happening today, actually. A few things happening today. So today I'm just sort of testing out going live on TikTok like simultaneously. That's why this has been a bit of a messy start, but I just need to check that's live, guys, and then we can get straight on with today's news. But how are you doing? Let me know in the chat, guys. You've been having a good day? It's been so hot in the UK. It's been so hot today, man. I'm not built for such conditions. Okay, I think we're live. We are live. Great. Okay. Let's get cracking, guys. Without further ado, we've got a good show today. Yes, what's up, Jimmy Chandro? Welcome back. Hey, football kid. Just gonna whack this down there. Oh my god, the chat's gone. No, it hasn't. There it is. There we go. Right, we're getting straight into the news, guys. We're getting straight into the news today. Big game later as well, Leeds United. Actually, I'm going to vlog that first. I am doing a... Oh. Okay, never mind. What's going on here? See, I can see why people usually tend to, prepare for these lives and make sure everything's in working order. But not me. No, not me. I'm not saying 6'7". Behave yourself. Well, I suppose I just did say 6'7". Okay. It's been pretty rushed today. I've been setting up this live for later, guys. So this is why I'm a bit all over the shop here. However, we are back. All right, we're getting straight into the news today, guys. We're getting straight into the news. Oh no. Hang on. See, this is why you subscribe to TurkTalksFC. You're getting the premium content here, you lot. Premium content. Okay, we're live. Okay, well, we're starting off the live talking about Mason Mount. Sorry for the messy start, guys. This was a pretty rushed start to live, but we're here. Mason Mount's injured. Who would have thought it? Who would have thought it? We actually spoke about this the other day, but Mason Mount is, in fact, injured. Now, after the game, Mason Mount was walking. He was fine. But obviously, he went off in the 20th minute against PSG. Yeah, he's injured. So this was from the Telegraph last night. Mason Mount has been receiving treatment for an injury he sustained against PSG on Saturday and has sat out the last 2 days of training. Obviously, we have Leeds tonight. We have AC Milan on Saturday, and he's probably not going to with them. If we're being deadly serious here, Mason Mount's probably going to miss those final 2 games, and he's probably, if we're being brutally honest, also going to miss the start of the season, right? So, obviously, yeah, this overlay has been a mess today. It's going to be a messy live, guys, but we're here. Mason Mount, obviously. Do you know what? I might just have to abandon the overlays today. I was having some technical issues before, and I thought I sorted them, but I didn't. So here we are. Oh, we could just do this. So as we saw against PSG, guys, Mason Mount went off injured. After the game, the reports were that it was fine. It was just a precaution. Michael Carrick just wanted to avoid another injury. But we all know Mason Mount by now. We all know that if it was a little niggle, it's going to be something worse, isn't it? It's going to become something worse. And that report from the Telegraph yesterday that Mason Mount has missed the last 2 days of training. Yeah, all these overlays are going to be messed up. Nothing I can really do at this point. But yeah, this was the video that came out on social media after the game. Mason Mount leaving the stadium, and all looked fine. You know, it looked absolutely fine. Mason Mount was walking properly, and there was a bit of hope that Mason Mount would just be available for the next game. But as it is with Man United, it's never that simple, and Mason Mount is now injured. Look, guys, let me know in the chat. Let me know what you're thinking about this. For me, if Man United sit back and watch this and watch what's happening and don't go out and get a third midfielder, I don't know what to tell you. I honestly don't know what to tell you, man. Because it would be suicide. It would be season suicide if we go into this season relying on Mount and trusting Mount to stay fit and saying, okay, we've got Yuri Tillmans, we've got Andre Santos, we've got Kobe Mainoo, and we've got Mason Mount. And if Mason Mount's not fit, well, we'll go and sign Louis Page, an 18-year-old from Leicester, and he can cover for him. That is just not going to be good enough. If we neglect this midfield for another summer, we are the most unserious establishment in football. And I truly mean that. Because it's just... I keep on saying it, and I'll say it again. No matter how well Mason Mount's playing, no matter what form he's in, no matter how many streak of games that he's picked up, 5 games, 10 games, 15 games, no matter what, you just know that injury is around the corner. And we're going to talk about the midfield a bit later on as well. There is a little bit of a bit of a report that I think it is worth speaking about based on this current sort of talk that United are looking at a left back who can also play as a central midfielder. But yeah, man, it's just this overlay stuff is going to be a mess today. Can't do anything about it now, but we'll fix it as the live goes along. But get your thoughts about Mason Mount in the chat, guys. No way he's injured, really. Yeah, believe it or not, Mason Mount is injured. I'm playing around with this new overlay thing with the stream today as well. This is a bit of a trial stream. So if I do that, if I click on that, is that on the screen? Well. Nice. Okay, so I can come back onto the screen when I'm basically looking at the chat and taking questions and stuff. Okay, that's good. That is very good. Yeah, Matt, what if I click the X button here? Oh, sick. That's a really cool feature. I'm still playing around with this new stream builder feature I've got, but it's really cool. Yeah, Mason Mount is always injured, and he is always going to be injured. And it breaks my heart because he's such a likable guy. He's such a likable character. And when he's playing and when he's in form, he is a valuable player for Man United. But he just sadly can't stay fit. And it's as simple as that. Yes, you can have your shout out. There you go, J-Info. Welcome to the stream. With Mount, they need 2 midfielders, but to save money and keep margin, we will do nothing except sell shirts. I disagree with this. I honestly believe Man United know the situation. And surely United know that we need another midfielder. And surely we know that the squad is unbalanced. Surely we know that we've just had a 40-game season. Injuries cropped up in that 40-game season. And we've lost Casemiro. We've lost Manuel Ugarte. It's just, it cannot be reality that Man United are looking at this current situation and going, yeah, we'll be sound. They said no, that cannot be the case. I believe that United will go out and get this midfielder. I do. And that's because I choose to believe it. Because if we don't, I'm terrified about what this season is going to look like. Injured is his middle name. Absolutely. Lucas says, honestly, 3 CDMs that can start Mainu, Tillman, Santos, while also having Mount and Fletcher on the bench. I personally think that we don't need a third, but understand it would be good. We do need a third, Lucas. We do. I do hear you, mate. You know, Tillman's, Mainu and Santos, 3 really good options there. But it's easy to say we have Mount on the bench, but we don't have Mount on the bench most of the time. That's the problem, because he keeps on picking up injuries. If we could be guaranteed that Mason Mount could stay fit for the full season, it would be fine. I would honestly be fine with United going into the season with the options we have. And maybe bringing in Louis Page from Leicester. Because that would be 5 first-team midfielders. Great. And if you really need to, you can play Bruno Fernandes further back. And play Shea Lacey in the 10. But we can't say Fletcher on the bench because I don't think either Fletcher brother are ready for first team football yet. I really don't, and I don't agree with the hate that they're getting, and you can criticize them, fair enough, but there was just pure hate for them the other day after that PSG game over like a pre-season match. Like, come on, we're better than that. We do need a third midfielder though. I can't disagree with that more. To be honest, how many shirts are hanging at the back? I have 6. I don't know the exact number. I have 60 plus shirts. I have all the home shirts on the top, then like my away and third shirts below. I would love to go through them with you guys at some point, so we will definitely do that. Since were you a United fan? Any player made you a fan? For me, it was David Beckham. Yeah, I think that's a lot the same for a lot of people. I've been a United fan all my life. Wayne Rooney was my idol growing up. I wanted to be Wayne Rooney. I wanted to play football like Wayne Rooney. I wanted to look like Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney was my man, and he always will be. We need a 6 like Baleba. Yeah, I mean, I'd still love Baleba. I do think Baleba is off the cards now just because he's injured for the start of the season, but I would still absolutely take Baleba. But if United are looking for a midfielder who can play at left back and in midfield, Baleba fits that bill. He can do that. So can Lewis Hall. So can Eduardo Camavinga. I think if we're looking for that, Camavinga's a better fit than CHOUAMENI at this point. There are so many options on the market, and I think we will act, and we need to. Can you talk about the Vitek contract? What is in it? So Vitek has obviously just joined Middlesbrough. £7 million initial fee, £14 million deal overall. And in the contract, there is a sell-on clause, 35% sell-on clause. So whatever profit Middlesbrough make on Vitek when they sell him, United will get 35% of that profit. We also have a buyback clause, so there will be the number isn't confirmed yet, but there will be a buyback clause in there. So United can say if it's like a £20 million buyback clause, it'll be higher than that, but United will be able to buy back Vitek for £20 million. It's basically a release clause, realistically. And then we have matching rights as well. So if a club comes in for Vitek, say Liverpool come in for Vitek in 2 years' time and offer £40 million for Radek Vitek, United will have the opportunity to match that bid and beat Liverpool to Radek Vitek. So I think in the future, like £7 million initial fee, it seems cheap right now. But I do think in future that will be a decent deal for United. Similar to like the Mason Greenwood one. I think that's overall a good deal for United as well. Luke Shaw 2.0. Yep. I mean, yeah. Let's hope Luke Shaw can stay fit this season, because that's another problem in itself, isn't it? If Luke Shaw can't stay fit, we need a left back. We need a left back anyway, man. Yes, Rogue, thank you for tuning in to the stream. Score prediction against Leeds today. I'm going to end this stream with a little bit of Leeds build-up. And then later on, guys, I'm doing a Leeds watch-along. So make sure you come back later on. I think it starts at 7:15. 7:30 kickoff. 7:15, I'll be here watching the Leeds game. So come and say hi. Come and watch the game with me. Let's hope it's a good time. But we'll talk about Leeds a little bit later. Let's continue with the news, though, guys. I will apologise. This stream is going to be clunky. As you can see, I've just basically completely messed up the overlays and stuff today. I'm still new to this. We're still building. We're still growing. But we'll get to there. We'll get there eventually. But Senny Lomans, some exciting news in the last hour or so, right? Senny Lomans is United's new number one. I actually hate how I have to do this every single slide I show, but my mistake. Senny Lomans is United's new number one. What are we thinking about this, guys? Obviously, a lot of United fans aren't really asked about shirt numbers, and I completely hear that, to be honest, but it just makes sense, doesn't it? It just looks right, and such a good first season at United. Senny Lomans, wore the number 31 shirt. I guess that the 31 shirt is sentimental to Senny Lomans, but at the same time, you've got to be the number one. If you're Man United starting goalkeeper, you've got to be the number one. And yeah, it looks right in my opinion. Now, obviously, the number one shirt has just freed up because Altay Bayındır has left the club. He's gone to Celta Vigo on loan. He won't be coming back. I was against that anyway. I can't, honestly, the prospect of a United backup goalkeeper wearing the number one shirt, criminal to me. Absolutely criminal. Should never have happened. I was actually low-key fuming when Bayındır joined him. We gave him the number one shirt when he was behind Onana in the pecking order. I was like, what are we doing? What? But I'm glad that's sorted out now. And I'm glad that United's starting goalkeeper is the number one. And this is the thing with Senny Lomans. This will be up there as one of the worst lives you've ever watched, by the way, because yeah, I've completely messed up these overlays. Leave a like if you haven't already to support the channel and give me confidence and optimism to continue with these lives after today. But look, Senny Lomans, I'm a massive fan of him. I love him. And obviously had a bit of a rough summer, a secondary role at the World Cup with Belgium. He finally got his big opportunity. Courtois gets injured against Spain in, the round of 16 quarterfinals. Senny Lomans comes on, massive chance in Los Angeles to make a name for himself, and he makes that mistake to win Spain the game. But the thing is with this is, if it was another young goalkeeper, because is he like 23? If it was another young goalkeeper, I would be worried. I'd be worried about their confidence. I don't get worried about Senny Lomans. For such a young goalkeeper, he has such a mature, wise head on his shoulders. And I just have complete faith that Senny Lomans is going to have another massive season for United. His one-on-one ability, whenever opponents are one-on-one, he has that Alisson ability that he has like a magical power to him that makes it impossible for players to score one-on-ones. He's so good at one-on-one saves. He's so calm. I think his distribution could be a lot better, but it can improve. He's still a young goalkeeper. But now that he's United's number one, we could see Senny Lomans join the likes of... See, this was going to be such a cold transition, but I've messed it up. Oh, well. Senny Lomans... he could enter his name in the Elysium of United goalkeepers, like David De Gea, like Van der Sar. I'm just going to... Oh, I can't believe it. I need to sort these lives sooner so I can actually fully test it before I go live. I will be doing that in future. But like Van der Sar, like Peter Schmeichel as well, and like Harry Gregg. Legendary United goalkeepers. Senne Lomans has the potential and he has the ability to become the next. If he's United's goalkeeper for the next 10 years, which you'd hope that he is, he's a United fan. If he is, hopefully he will enter his name among these greats. You know? Schmeichel, Van der Sar, De Gea. Yeah. Oh, I'm really annoyed about this live. I'm not going to lie, but oh well. I love Senne Lomans. I love... you don't get this on the United stand. That's for sure. I love Senne Lomans. And I think he's going to have a huge season. And I'm very happy that he's United's number one. And I think the fact that United have announced that this afternoon means that Senne Lomans is going to be playing against Leeds tonight. Obviously, he missed the PSG game with an injury. But I think Senne Lomans is going to be playing against Leeds tonight. And that's just great news for me. What's everyone saying? Love you too. Cheers for the support, Coach Keller. Yeah, slowly but surely we'll improve the lives and we will grow and improve together. In Lomans we trust. Absolutely. We love Senne Lomans. Hello, mate. How are we doing? Lee, Binder is still a better goalkeeper than Onana was. Never got a run of games to settle. I don't think I can agree with that. I do hear you when you say he never got a run of games to settle. I do get that. But at the same time, start of last season, he did have a run of games. You know, but Binder was our starting goalkeeper because we lost faith in Onana. And he had a run of games to start the season. And because he was so bad... He couldn't claim crosses. He had no respect from the defence and his outfield players. Because he was so bad, that forced us to enter the market for Senne Lomans. So I can't agree that Binder was better than Onana or underrated or anything like that. Yeah, obviously selling De Gea for Onana, in hindsight, not the best. Not the best decision. However... I think there is a lot of revisionism with David De Gea. He's obviously an icon of Manchester United, but it was the right time to get rid of him. He was out of contract. He was asking for silly money, like stupid wages. And his performances in the last year or two before that, they didn't justify those wages. So, you know, it was the right time to get rid of De Gea. Onana, at that point, seemed like the perfect replacement. Ball-playing centre-back. You know, he just got to the Champions League final with Inter Milan. And it just didn't work out at United. But I don't think it was a mistake to get rid of De Gea at that point, in my opinion. Yeah, with Onana, honestly, standing in the Stretford End every home game, I hated it. Watching right in front of me, Onana and Lindelof and Maguire just passing it together inside the box. You just knew it was going to end badly. And a lot of the time it did. But now we have Senne Lomans in there. I just feel so much more safe. Obviously, he's made a couple of mistakes, like against Liverpool. But I just feel so safe with Senne Lomans in goal. Thank you very much. The streets won't forget Binder against Arsenal. Now, that I will agree with. Binder, something possessed Binder in that cup game against Arsenal, didn't it? Binder was so good in that match, in the penalty shootout as well. Yeah, I mean, that win against Arsenal in the FA Cup, that made me believe that, this Ruben Amorim guy is the real deal. We've just knocked Arsenal out of the FA Cup at the Emirates. And then we won't talk about what happened after that. But, yeah, Binder, that game, his best game for United, 100%. Lomans is the first keeper I trusted catching the ball in years. Yeah, I'm with you there, genuinely. Because even De Gea, by the end of it, De Gea just was not reliable at all. So, I absolutely hear you there. So, Shubham, you have a very bad feeling that we will lose JJ Gabriel. It is up in the air. I'm not going to lie. With JJ, it is up in the air. I think next year is the big decision, right? Whether he signs a professional contract with Man United or he goes elsewhere. But this is sort of the final. Stage of whether United can tie a young player down or lose him for free. I think there's one when a player's 15, clubs can come in and sign him. JJ Gabriel very nearly left when he was 15. Jason Wilcox stepped in and convinced him to stay. Yeah, if we can't offer JJ Gabriel a pathway by this time next year, or if United is having a rotten season, I would fear about losing JJ Gabriel, to be honest. Because let's be like, every club in Europe will be after him, including Barcelona. And yeah, he loves Barcelona. That's no secret. So, yeah, Lomans is the best. I completely agree. Lomans is the best. Lomans is the best goalkeeper we've had since prime De Gea, for sure. Another big season coming. Do you think we'll use Rashford as a striker or a left winger? Both. I don't think Rashford's going to be starting games, especially at the start of the season. I think Rashford will essentially be competition for Cunha on the left wing and Benjamin Sesko up front. Yeah, Lomans oozes confidence, man. He really does. And that's what we need. We've for so long we've just needed a goalkeeper who does not strike fear into our own team from the back and allows us to play our way. And I think Senne Lomans arriving and United suddenly having like a good season last season was no coincidence. I think Senne Lomans only lost was it like less than 5 games last season, Senne Lomans? Like crazy. Like we just did not lose games with Senne Lomans in goal. And that is not a coincidence, in my opinion. Jed Spence over Lewis Skelly. Jed Spence is an Inter Milan player now, by the sounds of things. I think they've signed Jed Spence for like 25 million, which is a great deal, isn't it? What's up, mate, from Kenya? Awesome. Love it. Lewis Skelly is the guy, if we are looking for a midfielder capable of playing left back, and CAMAVINGA is, yeah, I mean, I would be very surprised if Lewis Skelly leaves Arsenal now. And it sounds like United aren't interested in signing him for like 60 million, which is what Arsenal wants. So, don't think Lewis Skelly is going to happen this summer. But good player and good fit. And CAMAVINGA, yeah. I mean, I said at the top of the live show, I think now that United are quite clearly looking for a centre mid who can play at left back as well, there aren't many better fits than CAMAVINGA in terms of quality, in terms of potential, in terms of traits for the Premier League, in terms of Champions League experience. But does CAMAVINGA want to join United? Does CAMAVINGA want to leave Real Madrid? I doubt it. So I just think it's a bit of a non-starter, sadly. I'm happy United playing as well today. Yeah, I'm actually really excited for this game tonight. But let's move on, guys. Let's move on to the surprise exit I was talking about in the title, in the thumbnail. Here we go again. Godwill Kokonki. Now, if you don't regularly watch United's academy, you might not be familiar with Godwill Kokonki. I love him. There's no way of sugarcoating it. I love Godwill Kokonki. He's a left back. He can play as a centre back as well. He's tall. He's strong. He's quick. He's aerially dominant. And he just, in a summer where it's quite clear that Man United don't just need a left back who can play in midfield, but we could do with extra centre back depth as well. We could do with a left back who can also play as a centre back. Godwill Kokonki, he's in his late teens now. He's at the point where you could think about starting to integrate him with the first team. I mean, he's been integrated with the first team before. I think he was on the bench 5 or 6 times in Ruben Amorim's first season. Ruben Amorim promoted him. He was on the first team bench a few times. He played in the postseason tour of Asia, if you remember that. He played in both of those games. But this summer, he had a really good season for the under-18s last season as well, by the way. This summer, he's not been with the pre-season squad. Obviously, we've had players like Dan Armour and Harry Amas and Jim Thwaites with the first team in pre-season. Godwill Kokonki, no sign of him. And this came out today. United basically announced the professional contracts that we've handed out ahead of the new season. And there's 9 names there. Godwill Kokonki's not on the list. And that's a massive concern for me. That's a huge concern. I get the sense that Godwill Kokonki is about to leave Man United. And we know Ineos's approach. We're signing a lot of young players. We're not just wanting to promote young players into the first team anymore. There's a greater emphasis on cashing in on young players, selling young players, and getting a profit from them, getting pure profit from them. And I just get the sense that Godwill Kokonki's going to be one of those players this summer. And it confuses me. And this is why I'm confused and worried. So this was in last summer, July last summer, on the BBC. Godwill Kokonki set for new Man United contract. United are on the verge of agreeing a long-term deal with Godwill Kokonki. That hasn't happened yet. Over a year on, that hasn't happened yet. He hasn't signed a new contract. And maybe it's a case of... I've got here... Maybe... Oh my God, that looks horrendous. Again, guys, I will apologise for the shocking production value of this live. Technical issues today, but I still wanted to go live. I didn't want to abandon it. So I do apologise. It will get better, I do promise. This is why I'm so confused. So that came out over a year ago. That hasn't happened. Sully, last month or 2 months ago, said that Kokonki is entering his third-year scholarship agreement. So he isn't like out of contract this summer. He's got 1 year left. United are aiming to sort out a professional deal in due course. And Noah Ajayi is another very talented young player in United's academy. And this is why I think we do have a little bit of hope that Kokonki could be staying. Noah Ajayi was also expected to be announced as on a professional contract today. That hasn't happened. There has been a report since then from Nathan Salt that United are optimistic of getting Noah Ajayi tied down to a new contract. So maybe it's just a case of Godwill, because Noah Ajayi, one of the under-18's best players as well, like Godwill Kokonki. If you look at the other names, if you look at those names, there's some top talents there, like Louis Bradbury, like Nwashi, like Burn Hughes, the goalkeeper, but none of those are really on the brink of a promotion, right? Whereas with Kokonki, with Ajayi, they are a bit further ahead. Maybe United are just trying to negotiate a better, a better deal for them. Better terms, bigger terms, because they are further ahead in their development than those other players. Maybe it's not going to be your typical professional contract. Like, it's going to be similar with JJ Gabriel. I think if JJ does sign on next season, it's not going to be like your basic professional contract. I think it's going to be a contract with a salary of a young first-team player, to be honest. And maybe Godwill Kokonki and Noah Ajayi, because of their quality, because of their standing in the academy, maybe United are taking a bit more time to negotiate a better deal for those two. That's what I'm hoping anyway. Because I really like Godwill Kokonki. I think he is absolutely still of the quality, of the potential to make it at Man United. But with this current approach of sort of getting rid of these academy players, oh my God, this is horrendous. We might be looking to cash him. We'll have to wait and see. But let me know in the chat, guys, which academy players are you most looking forward to watching this season? And who do you think is going to break through? Do you think JJ Gabriel is going to break through? Or do you think it's going to be not this season, but maybe the season after? So, yeah, is Kokonki leaving? I think Kokonki could be leaving. Yeah, I think he could. I'm a bit surprised that he hasn't been announced as a professional contract earner today. I think we'll have to pass the season with Mount and Martinez in midfield. Yeah, preferably not. Martinez is a defender, but he can definitely do a job in midfield for sure. Can you have a watch along to the match? Yes. Tonight, guys. Tonight, 7:15. 7:15. I will be live on here. It will be a much better stream than this, I promise you. I'm doing a live watch along for United versus Leeds. So come in, say hello. Watch the game with me, because it's an important game. This isn't just a throw-off pre-season game. It's the only Premier League opposition we're playing in pre-season. The season starts next week. We need to see a performance, yeah? And we need to see a result, because Leeds beat us last season. We need to give them some. So, yeah, watch along here later on. It starts at 7:15. Come and say hello, please. Shuban, why do you look so calm on stream? In Reels, you look so energetic. I guess it's just a different style of content, Shuban, isn't it? It's just a different style of content. Like, with Reels and TikToks and YouTube Shorts, you have to grab attention. You know, you only have a minute or so to grab people's attention. And that is why I'm a bit like, you'll never believe what just happened with man. Like, you know, you need to grab attention. Whereas over these lives, it's just like a casual chat, isn't it? It's just like a casual chat with you guys. It's nice. It is nice. I'm not going to lie. Who would be your preferred right back option? Diogo Dalot or Nusret Mazraoui? Cheers, everyone. I think Dalot. I do really like Mazraoui. And he is a great option to have. But I do think Diogo Dalot I think he just offers a little bit more in terms of his athleticism, the way he can get up and down the pitch. Diogo Dalot is a master at getting in the right positions in the final third. And then it's Dalot, so he doesn't know what to do with it. The amount of times we see Dalot blaze shots over or fire crosses away from the actual target, like, it's so frustrating. It really is so frustrating, because Dalot, if he just had that final product, and maybe got a bit better defensively as well, he could be a serious right back. A serious right back. What about the Eclipse? I'm not going to lie. Unless I'm, like, not working and free, I'm not arsed about the Eclipse. You know, deadly serious. I'd much rather watch United battle Leeds, to be honest. Please commit to every match watch along. Yeah, so this season, every away game, I'll be doing a watch along on YouTube. Every away game. I'm at every home game at Old Trafford, but every away game, I will be doing a live watch along. The live view is more tolerable. Thanks, Craig. I'll take it as a compliment. That you're enjoying the live. You won't be able to watch the match through the live now, because the MUTV gods will end me. Yeah, Dallow's so frustrating, man. He just is. You could tell there is a serious fullback there, and it just needs to be unlocked. But hey-ho. Call PG, hi Turk. What do you think about us making contact with Kone's camp? Do you think we can potentially make this summer worth something with the introduction of Kone as the third midfielder? And if we ended this summer with Manu Kone as our midfielder and David Raum as our left back, that would be a fantastic summer transfer window. I spoke about David Raum yesterday on the live. I would love that as a left back option. 28 years old. Bundesliga experience, so he has experience playing against rapid wingers and physical wingers every week. He can bomb up and down the pitch. He's so aggressive as well. His crossing is fantastic. I would love David Raum. And then say if Luke Shaw leaves at the end of his contract at the end of the season, you'll have a 29-year-old David Raum, and then say maybe a Harry Amas coming back from loan. Or you could go and get a young left back like a Salinas or something like that. But yeah, I love David Raum as a shout. I'm not sure where the Manu Kone stuff's come from. It's felt pretty quiet recently. It feels like United basically aren't aligned on Manu Kone. Some people like him, some people don't. And that is sort of, with this new streamlined structure, we only want to really sign players that we want to, that we all want to see at the club. So, yeah, we'll see. Anyway, we have to move on, guys, because I do want to speak a bit about this Leeds game later. We're talking CAMAVINGA. On the topic of midfielders, we're talking CAMAVINGA, and this is not like a concrete report or anything like that. This is just me throwing something out there for you guys to think about and to consider and to discuss. And this is what I'm talking about. So yeah, once again, I apologise for how badly this live has gone. I've completely messed up the overlays today, but it'll be a lesson learned, I promise. So this came out from Mark Ogden today, and he said this: before the summer, Manchester United were informed that Real Madrid planned to move several players on. CAMAVINGA was offered to Premier League clubs by intermediaries purely to gauge interest. This is from Mark Ogden, Man United reporter at ESPN. Oh my god, that looks horrendous. I do apologise once again. There we go. And he also said this. The situation surrounding Chouameni is slightly different, centred on an unusual contract position. Sources in Spain believe a verbal agreement is already in place, though nothing has been officially announced, leaving the matter uncertain until it is confirmed. Now, let me throw this out there, guys, and let me know what you think about it. Is this why Man United are waiting? Is this why we're waiting for a midfield signing? Are we waiting for the potential of Aurelien Chouameni coming back on the market? Remember what Andy Mitten said? Even though Chouameni's agreed a new contract, Real Madrid could still sell him. Real Madrid want a new midfielder, right? They wanted Rodri. They've lost out to him to Barcelona. They're going to react. Their fans will be absolutely fuming. They are going to react. They are going to sign a midfielder. And the talk all summer has been that they need to sell a midfielder to make room. Right? Are United waiting? Because I think United don't want to sign Manu Kone and then say CAMAVINGA or Chouameni come available and we can't afford them. And they go to City or they go to Liverpool or Arsenal. I think there's serious legs behind this theory. Obviously, it's frustrating. We want all our players in as soon as possible, but the transfer window is still open. And United might just be playing the game right now. You know, we might be waiting. If Real Madrid need to sell that midfielder that has been suggested to Man United back here, you know, United were informed that Real Madrid plan to move several players on. Are United waiting for Aurelien Chouameni, who we know has been a top target this summer if he is available? Or there's an increasing talk about United wanting a midfielder who can also play at left back, right? Are we waiting for CAMAVINGA? Is CAMAVINGA the one we want? Because honestly, if we do want that midfielder who can play at left back, please tell me a better option based on everything I said earlier about the traits he would have in the Premier League that would suit him, the Champions League experience he has, you know, the potential, the quality, the international experience he has, the fact that he can play left back just as much as in midfield. Tell me a better option than Eduardo CAMAVINGA. I know at least some of you have signed CAMAVINGA on career mode and played him as a left back. Because this guy has as well. A lot in recent years. And he's still only like 24 years old. Am I waffling? Am I waffling? Or is there legs behind that? Let me know. What we're saying, guys. Would you rather a new centre mid or left back? Both. United need both. And I think United feel like they can't get both this summer. So that's why they're going for a left back who can play in midfield or a midfielder who can play at left back. But in an ideal world, United get Lewis Hall in. And then we get a midfielder in as well. Manu Kone or someone like that. We need both. And I'm sick of United cutting corners when we need to sort the midfield out. When we need to sort the defence out. That's why last summer was so class. Because we didn't cut corners. We needed an attacking rebuild. And we spent £200 million plus. We got a right winger in Brian Mbeumo, one of the best attackers in the Premier League. We got a left winger, Mateus Cunha, one of the best attackers in the Premier League. And then we got Benjamin Sesko, a striker, one of the most promising strikers in the world. And not just a promising striker, already one of the best finishers in the world, with one of the best goal records among players his age. I was hoping we were going to do that with the midfield this summer, and we haven't yet. We still could. We haven't yet, but I do not want to see United cutting corners here. I do not want to see United trusting Mason Mount. I don't want to see United just signing a Louis Page from Leicester and going, yep, this is our third midfielder. No. We need three midfielders who can be guaranteed to do a job in the first team this season. If not, we can't really be surprised if the season's a bust, right? We're waiting for CAMAVINGA, not Chouameni. That could be the case. Can see Madrid going for Enzo Fernandez as a Rodri alternative. Yeah. I think he's going to cost a hell of a lot of money. Probably more than Real Madrid will want to pay, considering they've just splashed out, over 100 million on Diamande. But if they want Enzo Fernandez and their fans are demanding Enzo Fernandez, I mean, Fiorentino Perez, their bloody president, he'll do anything to please the fans and keep them on side. They're going to have to do a big sale. And it is a bit fishy, isn't it? Why has the CHOUAMENI deal not been announced yet? Why? I think that's bizarre. I think that is really bizarre, how the CHOUAMENI stuff hasn't been confirmed yet. I think there could still be a twist. And yes, it's going to be frustrating going into another season and United haven't solved the midfield. Absolutely. But if we're waiting for CHOUAMENI or CAMAVINGA, it will be worth the wait. 100%. CHOUAMENI can play centre-back. He can, but not preferable. Especially, I think, joining a new league in the Premier League. I think that would be a bit risky. If someone told me this was our window in January, my inner soul would have escaped my body. I was so excited. Ineos have broke my hopes into piece by piece. There's still time. I do, yeah, no. It's worrying right now, but the transfer window isn't over. Okay? There is still time. Who was your centre-back pairing going into the season? I think my dream centre-back pairing this season would be Lenny Yoro and Lisandro Martinez. I think we need Lenny Yoro to have a good season. Because if he does, it solves so many problems. Because him and Aiden Heaven are the only centre-backs we have that we can rely on in terms of availability. But Lenny Yoro, obviously he's got huge potential, but he hasn't quite shown at United yet. He needs to step up this season. And I think just pairing him with Lisandro Martinez, an elite passer of the ball, a leader, that would be the perfect pairing, in my opinion. But I think we're going to start the season with Harry Maguire and Aiden Heaven. So we'll see how that goes. I think we've got more options at left back than we do right back. Only got Dalot and Mazraoui. For right back, we've got Shaw, Dorgu, Amas if he stays. It's not just about the personnel though, Craig. It's like we have Dalot and Mazraoui, two right backs who are established right backs. They're always available. Whereas at left back, you've got Luke Shaw, who is probably going to be injured at some point this season. You've got Patrick Dorgu, who Michael Carrick quite clearly views as a left winger, not a left back. And then you've got Harry Amas, who is going to leave. I think he's going to leave on loan or on permanent. And then that paints a different picture, doesn't it? So, yeah, I get what you're saying when you have like Heaven and Martinez and Martarte to cover, but again, if you want United to win the Premier League, or challenge for the Premier League, do you want Aiden Heaven playing at left back? Do you want Martinez playing at left back with his lack of pace? I just don't think so. Turk, if you guess within 3 years of my age, I'm a like. You should like the vid anyway. If you're in here now watching the video, please like it. It goes such a long way in pushing it out to more United fans. It really does go a long way in supporting the channel just by clicking the like button. You know, in an ideal world, everyone who comes into the live, you press like as soon as you join, and it really does go a long way in pushing the videos out and helping the channel. I think you're 16, Chimichandra. 16. Which player is leaving? Godwill Kokonki, it feels like, might be about to go. You can scroll back and see what I said about Kokonki. Once I finish this live, I'll put timestamps in as well. So if you're not watching live, you can see when I talk about different stuff. Can we just sell Mason Mount? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Easier said than done. Though. Who would want to sign him? Who would want to commit the money that we'd want for Mason Mount, right? Oh, you're 12. I was close. Irish Dito's in Croke Park right now. Sick. If you're at this Leeds United game tonight, what an occasion that's going to be in Dublin. If you're watching and you're at the game, enjoy it, man. Enjoying. Turk, we are playing with red kit today. Please change the score graphics before the game. I will do that, Shubham. Thank you for letting me know. And that's actually a good little segue, to be fair. We're going to end the live with a little bit of Leeds build-up. If you weren't aware, guys, I'm doing a live watch-along tonight. United versus Leeds. 7:15, I'm going to be on here for the live watch-along. It's a 7:30 kickoff. Come in, say hi. We'll watch the game together. The first ever TurkTalksFC YouTube watch-along. So you're making history if you come and say hi. And yeah, I thought let's just spend a bit of time at the end of this stream doing just a bit of a Leeds preview, you know. I know that the Leeds preview is already out on the channel if you want to go watch that, but let's have a little chat, shall we? This is the lineup I want to see tonight. Get the lineup you want to see in the chat, because it is a preseason friendly. It's not though, because the season starts next week. We only have one game left after this to prepare, and this is the only Premier League club we're playing in pre-season. I'll just keep the focus on that for now. This is the only Premier League club we're playing in pre-season, so United need to get up to speed, and we need to prove that we are ready to beat Premier League clubs week in, week out. Leeds have had a good pre-season as well. Shubham says, can I go back on there? Yeah, like Leeds beat Liverpool 4-2. They beat RB Leipzig as well. They've won every single game apart from their first preseason game, I think. But yeah, how do I stop it going from there? 1 second, gang. If I do that. Oh, actually, I'll do that. And then that. Cool. Yeah, man. So that's the team I want to see, because obviously it is preseason. A lot of players are going to get minutes, but we're now getting to the point where we need to play a team that could play against Hull. We need to get as close to that team that's going to play us against Hull as possible. And then we'll have 2 games, this one and against AC Milan, with that team or similar to it, and we'll build some momentum before that Hull game. We can't just go into that Hull game cold, right? Yeah, I'm not sure why it says A. Traore for Ahmad. I would much prefer it just to say Ahmad, to be honest. But obviously the software they use, it's obviously his full name is Amad Diallo Traore. But yeah, I'd much rather it just said Ahmad, to be honest. But I can't change it, sadly. You know. But yeah, so I want Senne Lammers to start in goal. We're going to have to change that number now. He is United's number 1. Senne Lammers in goal. Dalot, Maguire, Heaven, Shaw. I think that will be United's defence against Hull City, in all honesty. So I want to see that tonight. I think they need 2 games tonight. And obviously later in the game, you can bring on Lenny Yoro. You can bring on Nusem Azraoui. You can bring on Harry Amas. So maybe Leacher could get a few minutes at the end. Probably not. But that's the defence I want to see. In midfield, Andre Santos, Yuri Tillmans, Bruno Fernandes. Again, I think that is the midfield 3 we're going to see against Hull, right? That's the midfield 3 we're going to see against Hull. Obviously, Kobbie Mainoo returned with Rashford on Monday. I think Mainoo will get some minutes today. I think he will play the final 10-15 minutes. I would hope so anyway. But I just think away at Hull, I don't think you can rock up there with Mainoo and Tillmans together. I think they're going to be well up for it. I think there's going to be a bit of counter-attacking threat against Hull. Andre Santos has been so good in pre-season. Probably a top 3 performer for United. He's going to start the season as our number 6. Tillmans next to him. Obviously, he got 30 minutes against PSG. Hopefully, he can get a half today. And then, obviously, at half-time, maybe Mainoo can come on. Maybe you can bring on... hopefully Mason Mount, if he is fit. Doesn't seem like he is. But hopefully Mason Mount. And then Bruno Fernandes in the 10. Shea Lacey got a full game against PSG. That, for me, that was basically Michael Carrick saying, okay, Bruno Fernandes is back now. He is going to be our 10 for the rest of pre-season. That's the midfield. And then the attack. Ahmad, Cunha on the left, and Brian and Mbeumo. Yeah, Ahmad and Mbeumo are locks for the start of the season. Mateus Cunha might not start the season, but we need to start getting some minutes back in his legs. He won't play a full game today. Patrick Dorgu will come on. Maybe Rashford will come on today. We'll have to wait and see. But I just want to see Cunha starting, because I do want this team, literally, actually, this team, in terms of when you consider players like fitness and availability, this is the team that I want to see against Hull, I think. Right now, I think it is. And let me know what you think about that. But we're playing Leeds. Leeds have had a good pre-season. Leeds have recruited very well. I think they're going to have a decent season. I think Leeds will be sort of... I think Leeds will be top half. I think they could put... I mean, there's 9 teams that qualify for Europe now. So Leeds could make a push for Europe. Let's see what you guys are saying, though. We don't need the likes of Kokonki anyways. Yeah, but I like him. I love him as a young player. I think he has serious potential, you know. And I think if he meets that potential, we will need him because he'll be a very good player. Yeah, Dan James plays for Leeds still. Yeah, Ahmad's full name is Amad Diallo Traore. I'd much rather it just said Ahmad, but it doesn't. I can't change it, sadly. Can I say, bro, I love your content. Like, genuinely make really good content. I always look forward to watching your videos after the games and during transfer. Thank you very much, Aiden. I hope that's your name. Thank you very much for the kind words, Aiden. I really do appreciate that. Craig is looking forward to Santos, Tillmans and Bruno. I am too. I am so excited to watch that today. As I say, Santos has had such a good pre-season. Youri Tillmans, I mean, he only played 20-odd minutes against PSG, but you could already see. I mean, you might have seen my short last night, guys. Tillmans and Bruno already linking up, already smudging. If we can get at least 45 minutes of that today, that would be amazing. What's my favourite kit from my closet? Honestly, there's a few. So basically, top half, I have every single United home shirt since 1999, which is when I was born. And then this is basically, I basically buy every away and third shirt that I like. So I don't buy every single one like the home shirts. I just buy ones that I like. But honestly, this one I'm wearing now is one of my favourites. Not just because of how it looks, but because of the sentimental value. We beat City in the FA Cup final in this shirt. I love it. Yes, Lomans is on you, number 1. We spoke about that earlier in the live. I hope this updates at some point. To grow your beard until Man United sign a third midfielder. No one needs to see that. No one needs to see that. I need to shave now, actually. I might do that before the live watch along. If you come in the live watch along and you notice I've shaved, let me know. So I know you were in here as well and you're a real one. What else are people saying? Tillmans will be the best player on the pitch today, yeah. People don't realise how good a signing Tillman's going to be, man. Honestly. Nice details. Send a picture of you to the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, guys, get in the TurkTalksFC Discord. If you want. It's basically just like a big group chat with my followers in it. There'll be a link in my YouTube bio. There's a link in my link tree. Join the Discord if you want. You know, it'll be sick. Santos and have Casemiro's out. Yeah, Casemiro's moved on though, hasn't he? He's left. Mustache Man, you're late. To be fair, you've missed an absolute horror stream. The technical issues today have made it a task, and I will apologise once again, guys, for how much I've messed up the overlays and stuff today. But I hope you have enjoyed, and I hope you have gained some insight ahead of the Leeds game and with the news from the last 24 hours. Yeah, A. Traore is Ahmad. I can't change these myself. It's just the software. But Amad Diallo Traore is his full name, so that is why it says that. Score prediction for tonight. Everyone, get your score predictions for the United Leeds game in the chat. Right now, I want to hear your predictions. For me, this is going to be a strong United team. Leeds are playing well. I think defensively we've been pretty poor in pre-season. Not poor, but, you know, we've been conceding a lot of goals. I think United are going to win tonight. And I think it's going to be a 3-1 Manchester United win. Manchester United 3, Leeds 1. That is my score prediction. Let me know your score predictions in the chat, guys. Will Sesko start later? No, Sesko won't be playing later. Don't do the beer challenge like a hair guy. I really hope we win 5 games in a row this season. I really, really do. Nothing against the guy. He seems really nice, but yeah, I'm past it now. I think everyone should be, to be honest. Hey, Chimichandro 3-1. You agree with me? Tiger Teeth 3-1. Irish Ditos 3-1. Let's go. Yeah, man. I think 3-1 United. And I think Calvert-Lewin's going to score a penalty for Leeds. And I think for United, Brian Mbeumo's going to score one. I think Bruno Fernandes is going to score one. And I think Aiden Heaven might score one as well. 3-1 United, Brian Mbeumo, Bruno Fernandes, Aiden Heaven. The reason he's called Traore on the app is because he started as Amad Traore and then he became Amad Diallo. There's a backstory, yeah. I mean, he's just called Amad now. I swear I read something that Amad doesn't like being called Amad Diallo because Diallo is his dad's name, right? So I think he just likes being called Amad. So yeah, hopefully that can change on the software. But yeah, anyway, guys, that is that for today. That is that for today. If you haven't already, please like the live. I really do appreciate live. I really do appreciate the support, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in again for today's third ever live stream. I will apologise one more time for the technical issues. I'm still very new to the YouTube lives. I will get it sorted going forward. I'll get these lives sorted much sooner for you guys. But hey, if you're watching the Leeds game tonight, I will be live right here, 7:15 p.m. start time. There's no news on a midfielder. No, nothing's happening for now. Yeah, Ahmad was trafficked as well. But again, does he really want people discussing that? I'm not too sure. But yeah, guys, 7:15 p.m. I'll be live here for the Leeds watch along. I'm very excited for it. First ever watch along on YouTube. Please come and join in. Please come and say hi if you haven't already. Like the live. It goes a long way. And yeah, guys, I'll see you at 7:15. And if you can't join at 7:15 for the live watch along, I will be back here 5 p.m. tomorrow for another daily Man United news live show. And there's a video coming out at 12 as well. So watch the video at 12. It'll be something to do with the Leeds game tonight. Then come for the live tomorrow at 5 p.m. I'll check the Discord, Irish Ditos. Don't you worry. Thank you very much for watching, guys.